women, well, we go after our careers so much. By the time we look up, we single. We got all these degrees. We got every degree. We got a PhD, and all we got is a DOG and no MAN.
And no MAN, right?
But the man, he can go out and get all of those credentials and do that because here's what it is, Delvin and Justin. At the end of the day, the man makes the choice. The man make the choice.
Isn't it the woman that chooses the man who chooses the woman?
Men decide when we gonna get married.
Welcome to the S.Banks and the JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S.Banks, and I'm Joe, my co-host.
JD.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Is hot girl summer over and is winter here or is it coming? Which one?
Yeah, the weather's getting nice of lately.
Uh-huh.
Got the guns out,
Okay.
skin like glossy.
Mm-hmm.
Women got their
ashy elbows, yeah?
It's not ashy. Women got their stomachs out. Man, them got the abs out.
Okay.
So it's not cuffing season. It's that season where, winter comes around and then women want to hold a man down.
Mm-hmm.
But men don't want to stay in relationships. They just want to smash.
Yep.
Yeah. You're probably thinking, what the hell are they talking about? But I had to segue you in somehow. Anyways, we have 3 clips for you today. We're going to play those clips and you're going to understand the context of what I was talking about just a minute ago. Let's jump in and play clip number 1.
I mean, at this point, as high as everything is, I am willing to have a living roommate that I have sexual intercourse with and help me pay for things. I don't know if I'm quite ready to call that a partner, but we will have some type of relationship. It may not be the relationship that you're looking for because I don't know if I want to say that I'm in a relationship, but we'll work that out at a later time. But as of right now, it is very critical that I get someone in my household. Groceries high, gas high. Yeah, we'll work it out. Just come on.
Okay, that was the end of that clip. So fellas, who's signing up? You can work it out. Put in the comments, man, who's signing up?
Put in the comments who's a rough sleeper and needs somewhere to stay.
Yeah, no,
Perfect.
but she doesn't want a rough sleeper. She wants someone that wants to pay the bills.
That's true.
So
actually, yeah.
Basically, my first note is this. She's selling her body for, the rent. Times are hard. Most people call that prostitution. As in she's a prostituta. Like that clip we done, right? And this is becoming the norm. Like inflation. Listen, I was scrolling on Instagram today and I saw, butter was going for almost £10. I don't know if that was in Waitrose or whatever. I saw butter. I can't believe it's not butter, right? Because people was putting in the comments, butter going for £10.
Really?
Whoa.
I haven't seen that personally, but okay.
But we know they say in a certain amount of time, a loaf of bread will be
£50.
Exactly. Maybe a bill's £10. It starts at £10 and it goes up. So women, after the bear bug hit, women and men, but particularly women, are seeing, whoa, times are getting hard. So hence why you got the whole blow up of OnlyFans. And women used to say previous to that, before the bear bug, I don't need no man. But it's funny you need OnlyFans to get men to pay to sustain your life. Because without those very same men that you said you didn't need, hey, you'd be struggling. You'd be talking like this woman.
It'll be more than struggling.
Yeah.
If men didn't exist, we'll be finished. We wouldn't exist either.
Oh,
So
you're a pick-me.
I don't understand why women or some women say these stupid things. I don't need no man. Okay, cool. Keep that same energy. We mentioned, is winter coming or is it here already? Has it hit us or is it still to come?
It might be sunny outside, but it's cold.
Yeah. So you better find someone to get your electric blanket and whatever else you need.
Saying as you want to protect my monitor,
Take body too.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, look, you ladies or the ones that complain, or not complain, the ones that say, I don't need no man. Like I said, keep that same energy. I don't need no man. Keep the same energy. Because before, you was, yeah, I don't need a man. Now it's, oh, I need someone in my house pronto. I need someone in there quickly.
So women are
changing up
what's the
their
word?
tune.
They're up for auction.
Yeah, with the option to.
So for the highest bidder. So all that wiki talk, I don't need no man. I can do it all by myself. Blah blah blah. We see you do need men, and society is built for couples, for a man and woman.
But
so
that's obvious.
If women are making, let's just say you're making 50 bags, and a man's making 50 bags, and you both come together, that's 100 bags. Say your bills are 25 bags, you still got 25 bags to spare, and you can have kids. You can have how they say, the nuclear family. You can kind of do your thing. I'm just speaking from a theory perspective. So a man is not necessarily meant to make your life easier, but that's how society is built.
Yeah.
For men and women to kind of complement each other. But you see now that women are saying, I'm going to do OnlyFans. I'm going to monetize my body. You know, I'm going to sell my morality just to get by to pay the rent. Times are hard.
Using your coochie for a meal ticket.
And I don't mind.
A lot of guys are not going to mind.
Yeah.
But
what do you want to add?
Like she said, she wants to have a living roommate who she can have sexual intercourse with.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's exactly what she said is what it is. So to the fellas, I guess go holler at her, and if that's what you want. But I'm just saying, like I said before, to the ladies that's all like, oh, I don't need no man. It's funny, your mouth switch up now and say you need one. There's gonna be some that still, I don't need no man. But when the winter lick properly
and it's cold
and they're literally
and ice
freezing.
cubes.
Remember before when it was either heat or eat and you had to choose one.
Those times were hard. Yeah.
Quite a few people, you know,
didn't
went
make
to
it.
the other side.
They didn't make it. They
Exactly.
crossed over. They transitioned.
You had to choose, do I eat or do I keep warm?
Yeah.
And then if you eat, you go to the other side by freezing because you literally froze.
Well, you know what, right? What stood out to me of that clip is this. Despite her living hard, despite inflation, despite, you know, things being jacked up for her, and I'm using her as an example, but for women, right? You still didn't even want to get with a man. You didn't want no committed relationship. You never said it, but you're insinuating that I don't mind if a dude got a woman. I'm willing to do whatever, use my body, but I just don't want a committed relationship. So she still didn't even get it.
Exactly.
Even in that sense.
Yep.
So
your mindset is still
submission
the same.
was hell no. You got to pay for my body. Submission was a dirty word. Because she didn't even say, you know what? Because remember the other chick we done, right? The African lady, and she was like, as long as the man is breathing.
Hi guys, like I'm so sad right now because I just came to like a realization. These past few days have been so hard for me. Cause like, you know how men say that women have toxic feminism, and like you'll get to a certain age and like no one will want to marry you and no one will love you. Like I feel like I've gotten to that point, guys. Like I was so hung on to this feminism thing and I missed out on marriage and on children. And now like I'm at a point in my life where like I'm so bitter. I'm so jealous of people who have marriages because they are so happy and their husbands don't even cheat on them. And like men are just the best, you know, like right now is when I'm realizing like I can't do without them. And right now I'm like, I don't care like if you are rich or poor, tall, dark, handsome, ugly, I don't care, by the way. As long as you're a man and you're breathing, like that's the only qualification I need, because I'm just so desperate for a husband. Like there's a lot of pressure around me, so if you can DM me and propose, I swear I'll behave and I'll wash your clothes, I'll cook for you, I'll have your children, and I'll be obedient and a submissive wife because that is what you guys want. I'm no longer a feminist, guys. I'm sorry.
With respect, I think that we do an awful lot of lying to women in our society, and I think that's a better answer to your question because I think the data indicates this too, that
what kind of lies do you mean, Jordan?
that career is the most important thing in life and is most likely to be the case that way for men and for women. I think it is important for more men than for women because women take the primary role for very early child rearing. But it's clearly the case, as far as I can tell, that for most people, and the statistics bear this out, that family is by far the most important commitment that people make in their lives. And I think we lie to 18 to 19-year-old women non-stop, especially in universities and educational institutions.
That's a minute, by the way, sorry.
By telling them that career is going to be the fundamental purpose, give the fundamental purpose to their life. And for most people, that's simply not the case, nor should it be.
This woman won't even come in with that mentality.
No. And that woman saw this feminism lied to you. And then she saw, she's like, oh my gosh. I done this and that instead of finding a man. And this is where I'm at, to where she's begging to just have a man that breathes. Any man, as long as you're breathing.
Because she gets it. Maybe I think in the West that men have built society so well that women forget that without those very same men, you wouldn't be in that space to even speak the way you speak. And one of my questions is this: why should a man be traditional and a woman be modern? So if I get with a woman and we're in a committed relationship, okay, women are the gatekeepers to sex. Men are the gatekeepers to relationships. So if you open your legs, whoever you open your legs to, that's on you. Whoever I choose to stay with, I'm responsible for. And those children, I'm responsible for the women or my woman and the children, right? But how can women are modern and I have no authority over those women. So that don't go. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, of course it makes sense.
So how can I have authority over a woman? Well, I don't have authority over her, but she wants me to pay for her, be traditional.
Yeah.
So traditional man, modern woman. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. And just like you were saying, I'll put it in a slightly different way where I'm going to say a lot of, it's more black women that I hear this from.
Ooh.
They will say, oh, we're not protected. We're not this, we're not that. No one cares about us. No one protects us.
All the weaves
men
and patting the heads coming after you now, boy.
Whatever. A lot of our black men don't protect us. But just like you said, if you're in a relationship, marriage, whatever, you're under that man.
And he's
your man.
And he's responsible for you.
He's responsible just
to look after you and take care of you.
You, his woman, and if they have offspring together, then the children too.
Exactly. So we build families.
Yes.
And those families, we build communities.
Yes. So
that's how you get protection.
Exactly. So then those women who have chosen not to have any protection, i.e., I don't need no man.
Yeah.
Who are you getting? You would say, oh, all black men supposed to protect all of us.
You're right.
Why?
Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. This woman didn't mind being a side chick or mistress. What do you think about those women? Being side chicks or mistresses?
It is what it is. That's what you want to be.
Okay.
What can I say?
Do they deserve protection? Because the side chick is doing everything that the wife is not doing. The wife is where she's at for a reason. But sometimes the wife doesn't always cut it in certain areas. So we need a complementary woman to do the things wifey's not doing. Does she deserve protection? It's food for thought. I just thought the question right now.
That's down to the man and their dynamic. If
wifey ain't gonna like that,
he feels obviously, what wifey's gonna be like? Yeah, don't mind. Come on now. I'm just saying.
Some will though.
Some of them don't mind. Some of them, obviously, there's forgot the name of it. But anyway, where the man has 2 wives or 2 girlfriends or whatever, they get it. But
Was it polygamous?
I can't remember.
not
That's why I
polygamous.
said.
Yeah. I know you're talking. I know you're
Yeah,
talking.
I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. So the side chick, is she? I don't know. Obviously, you're not my main chick. I haven't actually given you a status. Like, you're
So basically,
just a side
you
chick.
ain't sharing shit. If it were you ain't
If it
sharing
were
shit.
me, I ain't sharing
But
shit. Exactly.
but you're not closed off to another woman sharing if that's what their dynamic is. Okay, another question is this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What do you think about women today? I'm not saying her particularly, but women like her, setting examples for younger women that are coming after her
Mm-hmm.
and saying, you know what? I'm willing to sell my body for a man to pay my bills instead of just getting into a committed relationship, cooperating, building with a man, and being submissive. What do you think about that?
I think when you're an older woman,
Mm-hmm.
you have to. Okay, what I think a lot of older women don't do is think about the younger generations, and that can even be down to their own daughters.
Yeah.
And you lead them astray instead of leading them in the right direction.
Yeah.
So you use her as an example. Is she a good example? No, because just like you said, you should have put in place to have a man and whatever else to secure your thing so that you have protection. So you have everything you need, and that guy provides it for you.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be in this problem of, oh, I'll sell my coochie to pay the rent. You wouldn't have that problem. And a lot of women like this, they're not good examples for the younger generation.
Yeah.
Because they think, oh, yeah, well, she done it. So then I guess I can just use my coochie to pay my rent.
Yeah.
That's,
And then they sell them the dream. I'm happy.
You're not happy.
You know, if you're an investor, invest in wine and invest in pet
Pet
stores. Yeah, and buying pets and cats and dogs and ish like that. That's what I say. But yeah, for me, she's not a good example for the younger women. But what I love to see today is that younger women are waking up and saying, you know what?
I don't want to be
This
like
ain't
that.
me. You can't fool me. No way. No way. No way. Anyways, that's some of our thoughts on that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, guys, put in the comments what you think. But moving on, let's go to clip number 2.
Going around the dating community implying that highly educated, well-paid women are less desirable to the average man. And I would challenge that to say that most highly successful women tend to find the average man less desirable, thereby rendering them less desirable to the average man. A friend of mine was in a break room at his job the other day listening to a group of successful women talk about what they look for in a man, and all of them pretty much wanted a man who was doing better than them financially, and ideally a man that was doing better than them in every area of life. It was interesting because when he hears men talk about what they look for in a woman, it has nothing to do with her education, nothing to do with her finances, but everything to do with her character, with her beauty, with her ability and willingness to support him and submit to him. The thing about this conversation that we haven't discussed yet is who you become in attaining your success. If you could get the degrees, if you could get the bag, and you could still find yourself humble enough to support and submit to a man, even if he's not making as much money as you, then you don't fall into this category. But what tends to happen is we get the bag and we change the way we look at these men. No man wants to be looked down upon, period. You got the degrees, you got the bag, now you're trying to get the man, but you're coming into the relationship feeling as though you are better than him, and so why would you submit? That mindset is going to render you less desirable to any man.
Okay,
Very
there's
true.
a lot to unpack in that. First question I want to ask is, are successful women less desirable? Put in the comments, guys, what do you think? And ladies, join the conversation too. What do you guys think? Men and women, put in the comments. Are successful women less desirable? What do you think?
That was also my first question. Are they seen as less desirable? Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Why?
For some of the reasons that she already said. Okay, I have an example. I was watching Kendra G show, and she had a 42-year-old woman come on, and this 42-year-old woman has about 7 children, and she she had 4 children and she adopted the rest.
Yeah.
which is kind of her. But anyway, so that she has about 7 kids, I believe, and she is single. She was been married twice, and basically she comes out and says, I earn 6 figures a month. So it makes her a millionaire. My point to that is she has children already. She's a certain age. She's been married twice. She has peas, so you don't need to worry about that. But the problem is the men do not care how much money you got. They do care that you got how many children, and you are just seen as less desirable. So even if you take out children and you don't have any, she has money and men don't care.
But it's not like those men can spend her money.
Exactly, because she actually said he can't live in her house.
Yeah.
And he can't use her car. Exactly. So then you can't use her money either.
Okay, so the thing is this, a lot of women have their criteria, but when a man has his criteria or his preferences, he never mentions a woman's money, because a man is always coming from a biological space of traditional. I'm going to take care of you. No one's saying a woman, is this damsel in distress, but it wouldn't kill you to be a damsel in distress and let a man save you. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Put in the comments. What's wrong with that? So I'm saying, for me personally, I don't want a dumb chick. Of course I want a chick that got her ish together. Of course I want a chick that can pay her own bills, do her own thing. Yes, most men want that. Most rational men, not them low vibrational dudes that, you show the picture. As long as you're happy, I ain't talking about those men. I'm just saying that when a man has his preference, he's not talking about a woman's money or her qualifications, her PhDs. We ain't talking about that. We're saying if she's fit, feminine, friendly, peaceful, a pleasure to be around. These are more character. These are, is she loyal? Is she a good woman? Can I have a laugh? Can I lay my head here? And she's peaceful. I don't care what peas you got, because, okay, what's the point in gaining the world, as in i.e. money, and you lose yourself in the process? For me, money, I can't bring that to the afterlife with me.
Nope.
But I would rather a man will go as far as going lower in looks for better in quality.
Yeah.
So this woman might make 6 figures a month, but you have 7 kids. Where's the daddy? So despite having despite on paper, you the ish because you make money, you're still not winning out here.
Exactly. Because how are you a millionaire, and no diss to Kendra G, but you're on a Kendra G show looking for a man? What does that tell you? Exactly. It tells you exactly what we're talking about.
Clearly you ain't
Are you desirable when you're successful as a woman? No. Because the men don't care about your money. They don't care what degrees you have. He don't care about certain things. He wants what you just said.
Yeah.
That's the type of women he wants.
Yeah.
So that's
the women, you ask women this, right? What do you want in a man? They'll reel off the list. And then when you ask a man, what do you want in a woman? Very simple. And you say, the men that you say you want, what do you think they want? I don't know. And those men might want like 5 things. We can figure the rest out. Do you see what I'm saying? So for me, feminism has sold women a dream as far as you can have it all. And don't get me wrong, you have some women that slip through the cracks and they got a career, they make 6 figures, they do their thing, they got their man, they got their kids, right? They got their white picket fence.
Can I cut you there for a second?
Interject.
Those women would have typically found their men from when they was younger.
Okay.
So then they already had a man.
Yeah.
And they
built.
That man was okay with you having a career, and you built and you got your peas.
Yeah.
They typically already have a man.
Yeah.
The other women,
but for most
have
women,
no men.
Yeah, but for most women, that's not the case.
Exactly.
Because feminism tells you can have the job, white picket fence, the dog, the 2.4 kids, and the husband. You can have it all. But we know as women get older, they're not 21-year-old them. They're competing. A 40-year-old, for example, is competing with 21-year-old version of herself. Now, you can shame men and say, for example, from a 50-year-old man, and I'm saying I want my chick to be 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
What you do with her? You're old enough to be a
She's
grandfather.
fertile.
Blah blah blah. It's not even about being fertile. It's about that she's that girl. She got the vibrancy.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I want 40-year-old you with all the turmoil, the baggage, the kids, the BS? I can't mold you. You can try to shame me, but men want what they want. Biologically, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why 21-year-old version of yourself will beat 40-year-old you.
Mm-hmm.
But women believe that, oh, when it's time to,
Cash out.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
oh, a man's going to fall in my lap and we're good to go.
No.
That's not the case.
Nope. And that's where, like you said, feminism has definitely lied to you.
Yeah.
They have lied.
Yes, because okay, the same amount of effort that you put into your careers and jobs, why don't you think you need to put the same effort into men? A lot of women don't do that. And also, when you take certain job roles, you tend to have to compete with other men because men are in the top jobs, right? As in STEM, right? Science, engineering, you know the rest, right? And those tend to be very competitive jobs, right? Where men dominate that. And when women join in those kind of jobs, they tend to have to be masculine. So then how are they going to be masculine in those jobs, come home, be feminine to their husband? There's a trade-off.
Yeah.
There's a byproduct. So
Some
you get the
women-
peas, but the byproduct is you're masculine.
Some women will say that they can switch it on and off, but I don't think you can. You're either masculine or you're feminine.
Maybe you're submissive or you're not.
Exactly.
It's simple, man. It's simple. Women are being sold a dream. Don't be feminine. Nowadays, women are masculine. And they're masculine so long, they think it's normal. They think it's cute.
It's not cute and it's not normal, ladies.
What else do you want to add before we go to the next clip?
We can go to the next clip.
Okay. I'll just say last thing I'll say on that is this. Women sometimes get older, then they realize times are hard. And then what they do is they settle for a dude and he's going to be a low vibrational dude. And I'm being nice. He's going to be a low vibrational dude. And they're going to say, oh, I'm settling for him. And they're going to emasculate that man because they can't do no better. So the dudes that they say they want, they can't maintain those men. Those dudes will smash because men will smash what they can get. Women will smash whoever they want. But the men say, hey, the men choose. That's just my thoughts on that. Guys, put in the comments. I know this to be true, but put in the comments, what do you think? Anyways, in that being said, let's move to the final clip of today. Here's clip number 3.
Women, well, we go after our careers so much. By the time we look up, we single. We got all these degrees. We got every degree. We got a PhD. And all we got is a DOG and no MAN.
And no MAN, right.
But the man, he can go out and get all of those credentials and do that because here's what it is, Delvin and Justin. At the end of the day, the man makes the choice. The man makes the choice.
Isn't it the woman that chooses the man who chooses the woman?
Men decide when we going to get married. We could do all of this. Yes, we can get every degree and we can find the men that we may like. But at the same time, if he ain't pulling the trigger, it don't matter. It don't matter what you, and ladies, let me just break this down to you. And this is some of my friends, I'm not going to go there. People that I know, we got every degree. Don't no man care about that because he ain't going to marry the girl that work at Wendy's because she paid attention to him while we paying attention to our degrees and our territory.
There you go.
The dog.
Preach.
Anyways, who agrees with her? Put in the comments. What's your thoughts?
I agree with her. I agree with her. You actually mentioned it in the last clip, and she just mentioned it now, that men have control over marriage and relationships. Women have control over who gets sex and who gets born.
Yes.
That's just what it is.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not, that's what it is. So women, you can stay having your career or getting degrees, and look, no one's saying you can't work up to something.
Most men don't want a stupid woman.
Exactly. So yes, as I was saying, there's nothing wrong with going to college or going to university or whatever and working on something and getting more knowledgeable. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think no man no logical thinking man will have a problem with you doing that. All we're saying is you can do that, but you should be concentrating on getting a man.
You say that, and that leads me into my next point. Men can put off kids and marriage until later. It's just how the cookie crumbles. Yay. I'm glad about that. But women don't have the capacity to do the same thing as men, because they will say, if a man can do it, so can I.
No, we can't.
Now, we know at 35, there's geriatric pregnancy. This is a fact. So women are putting off marriage and kids until later in life. And they're realizing as they hit 40, oh my days.
Yeah.
The dating game is a cesspool out here. What do I do? What's your thoughts on that about women putting off marriage and kids and relationships?
See, okay, I'm a mother. And I remember I gave birth to one of my children, and you're in the hospital room and there's other women there that's just had their kids. And I realized my surroundings. Now, I was the only younger person in that particular room. It was a room that had 6 beds in it. So I was the youngest one there. And the other ladies I realized was older.
Yeah.
The difference, there was a massive difference.
Yeah.
When I had my child, this was my second child, by the way. When I had my second child, I knew exactly what to do. I knew how to look after the baby. Knew what to do. The nurses came, checked on me, whatever. The new usual rounds, see how you are, see how you're getting on. They didn't have anything they could really teach me because I knew already. And with the other ladies, there was one in particular. She was right next to me. She was, I'm going to say, roughly in her 40s, probably.
Yeah.
She had a husband, so that's good. And she also had her both parents there as well.
Yeah.
But the problem was she had no clue about what to do with her baby.
Yeah.
She needed so much help with that baby.
Yeah.
And she just had no clue. And she was older. So then she chose to have a baby
But,
later on in life.
That's an okay situation for an older woman. But what about the older women? They struggle to find a man. They're not in a good space. They can't find a man. Getting married, hell no.
Yeah.
Having kids, it's harder. Your eggs are beginning to decay on you.
Yes.
So that's that scenario. But what about women that struggle?
But the thing is, even in that lady's scenario, my point to that was she was struggling because she was of those ages. She was just her first baby. She didn't know what to do. She's struggling. So even having a man and even having support from her both parents, she still struggled. Now you're talking about women that don't have a man, and say they have children, or what are you saying? They have kids or they don't have kids?
No. So I'm saying, for example, a woman that has left off taking or serious relationships. Let's give a scenario. She's 35 years old. Because you realize women when they hit 30, oh my days.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
Right? So she hits 30. She's thinking, I want to take life seriously.
Dating with intention when they get to those ages.
But in her 20s, she wasted her youth on the CC wheel. Now she's hit 30. Then she's realizing, oh, it's not 20-year-old me. Now she's 35. I want to have kids. It's geriatric pregnancy. Now, some people should go to their doctor and figure out when, it's a good time to stop having kids, whatever, right? But I'm saying women realize as they get older, oh my days. So what about, that scenario that you gave, that woman is okay because at least she got a husband and she has support.
Yeah.
But what about women that don't have no man? They're struggling. They gave into, feminism. I can have my career, my job. I can, the byproduct is the white picket fence, the dog, 2.4 kids. Now they've hit 40. Oh my days. I was lied to.
Yeah. A lot of women that do believe in feminism or say they don't, but they live their life that way, they get older and they do regret, majority of women do regret not settling down or not having children. I know quite a few women that are older and they haven't had not one child.
And they
They're
struggle,
still single.
but they struggle for someone to take them seriously.
Yes.
And we're not, hold on, we're not saying all.
No.
We're just simply saying that as you get older, it's harder. And as a man gets older, he gets more refined. He's more, he more lives, goes into himself, like more experience. And I think generally that's what women want. You know, as
And
men get older,
get more money as
you're the silver fox.
Mm.
So it's kind of like, oh my days, chicks, younger chicks want that guy. Women will argue. She wants you for your money. So do you, because you don't know waste, man. Stop damn well lying. I just debunked some BS they're about to say anyway. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Then we get the shaming language. Why do you want that girl that's younger? Blah, blah, blah. Come on. Just like when you was younger. Not you. Taking you, the viewers, right? Or some of you. Right? When you was younger, you were going for older guys. Because he was more experienced. He was more experienced. He had more to offer. I get it. Because women are given most of their stuff up front, all of it up front. You just have to be smart of it and maintain.
Yeah.
Sometimes when daddies are not in the household, you don't know how to view or vet for the right men. But I think women in today's culture, modern women, are sold a dream that, oh, I can.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
When I'm 50.
See, this leads me into one of my notes. And I do want to say all women in general, but
we generalize.
I'm more around my own color. So I'm gonna say I've heard it from a lot of black women.
Yeah.
So it's usually down to single parent household. So the mom, their mother is single, don't have a man, and then they say to their daughters in particular, concentrate on your book, forget about boys.
Yeah.
Forget about boys, concentrate on your book, get your degrees, whatever, careers, exactly. And then, so then what does that mean? So I listened to what my mother said, right?
Yeah.
Go to college, go to uni, whatever I'm doing, get my degrees, do all of that good stuff, right? I get to a certain age now because that's years of doing that, right? Get to a certain age. Oh, so it's like, okay, so when do I look for my man? So then you're a certain age now.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to look for my man now and realize it's hard. We watched a video, I think on Instagram, where a woman is saying she's 35 or she's 30 something. She's in her 30s.
Yeah.
And she's saying dating is crap on dating apps.
We will cover that podcast and you'll see what we're talking about. But I know, you continue the point. I was just saying.
So I was just saying that she is in her 30s and she's complaining that dating is terrible. She can't find a man. She was dissing men slightly, but let's not get into that. But I'm just saying that she's finding it difficult and she's struggling.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that her in particular done all the degrees and
she's
everything.
an example.
But she's an example to show you she's an older woman and she's struggling to find a man that is going to take her seriously. She wants to date for purpose now, but with intention, date with intentions now, but you should have been doing that when you was younger. I'm just saying, I'm not putting all of everyone's mistakes on their parents, but parents do play a part. So they'll say, concentrate on your books and not boys.
I'd say a big part, the blueprint in, because the father being there would help you, father, brothers would vet men, women, but we are now seeing that the millennials are turning 40. They're having a hard time in dating. If you go on dating sites, that's what jacked up the whole game. Dating sites is more of hookup culture.
Yes.
So I think people on dating sites, for the most part, are not taking the other person serious.
No.
So women are realizing, you know what, this ain't for me, and they're realizing as I get to 40, it's not, the grass isn't always greener.
Yeah.
My final thought is this. I'm glad that the woman in this last clip and women like her are saying, do you know what? I got friends that are struggling. I got friends that still, don't get it. And we're seeing now that relationships are going down. Men are opting out of dating because women can't even cook, clean, but still want the ring.
Yeah. Or you can't even have conversation with them.
Yeah, the basics. That's what I'd say on that. So my thing is this: is hot girl summer coming, and is it winter season? Even though it's hot outside, people put in the comments. What do you guys think? What do you want to add before we close out?
I would just add, is winter here already, or is it still to come? Has the full-blown winter storms and hailstones and everything, is it here?
I think so.
Or is it still to come?
I think so.
I don't think it's fully here yet.
Fellas, let
I
them
think
freeze.
we're close to it.
Fellas, let them freeze. That's my thoughts. Even if it ain't here, let's bring it closer. Let them freeze. Let's give them a dose of their own medicine. That's my thoughts. People may think I'm harsh. I don't give a F. But it's true. It's true. You don't need no man.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Let's go by your own logic.
That's why I said keep the same energy.
Exactly. That's my thoughts. It's nice and sunny outside. Dudes want to clap those cheeks.
Because a lot of them cheeks are out to display, display anyway.
I did see some today. It was hot today, and we
Yep.
saw cheeks out. Clappers. But that's all you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Smashed. Passed on. But guys, anyways, good podcast. Put in the comments, what do you guys think?
Yep.
That's our final thoughts. And that being said, we'll see you in the next one. Peace. We out.